Yo, what's good, everybody? This is Ango here on Tony Pizza Guy's channel with tons of exciting news today following last night's WWE Fastlane pay-per-view. But before we get started, I do want to let you guys know if you guys are interested in WWE news, gameplays, live post shows, and all that good stuff, definitely check out my channel tonight after Monday Night Raw. Immediately after WWE Raw, I will actually go live with you guys, the viewers, and we are going to talk about what happened on Raw. Last night we did it for Fastlane. You guys could definitely check out that video as well because, I mean, it's really fun. I love hearing what the community thinks, and I will say this many times here on Tony Pizza Guy's channel. I'm going to give you guys my news and then give you guys my opinions. I love to hear your guys' opinions. So just like on my channel, I expect you guys to use that comment section and really share what you guys feel, you know, in regards to what was said in the video. Today, though, is a very exciting day because, you know, Randy Orton returned last night at Fastlane, which was a very, very big deal. And there's a lot of speculation as to what's going to happen going forward. Randy Orton's focus will be Seth Rollins and the Authority, not just Seth Rollins. But the idea is obviously to set up that one-on-one match at WrestleMania. Now, the really, really nice thing, and I think this is really, really unique, a lot of speculation has been whether or not Randy Orton will enter the WWE title picture at some point, you know, within 2015. And I'm starting to get the impression, you know, with Randy Orton versus Seth Rollins, I feel like Seth Rollins should actually go over Randy Orton at WrestleMania and then have Randy Orton actually screw Seth Rollins out of a cash-in. I feel like their feud needs to continue a lot longer than just WrestleMania. I know WrestleMania is supposed to be the, you know, the pay-per-view that ends all feuds, but this is the pay-per-view that has to elevate some stars as well. So having Seth Rollins getting screwed out of the Money in the Bank briefcase because of Randy Orton, you know, I think it adds a lot of interesting factors, right? So Roman Reigns, let's just say theoretically, wins the title from Brock Lesnar at Extreme Rules. He would defend that title against Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and then you could even throw Daniel Bryan in the mix because Daniel Bryan wants his match. And then you have a fatal four-way Extreme Rules match at Extreme Rules, and then the odds are, you know, the odds are stacked. So, you know, Roman Reigns obviously should be the guy that holds the title, in my opinion. Not everybody's going to agree, but I definitely feel like he should. And I feel like this also gives Randy Orton to not only put over Seth Rollins, but he could also put over Roman Reigns in the same way. And I feel like this story would be a lot better if you actually do have Randy Orton, you know, run in on Seth Rollins while he's trying to cash in. Because if Randy Orton gets cheated because the Authority, you know, let's just say that's the match that opens up WrestleMania, then Randy Orton could close WrestleMania by screwing Seth Rollins. Now, me personally, I feel like Roman Reigns, you know, if he's going to have this title match against Brock Lesnar, the match should kind of end without a cash-in attempt. But a lot of speculation right now is that Seth Rollins would attempt to cash in. So, you know, I'm very interested to see what happens. Seth Rollins doesn't have too much time with that briefcase. I don't think we've ever seen a guy have the briefcase longer than a year without cashing in. You know, that's a very interesting story. He could attempt to cash in multiple times. Maybe Randy Orton gets involved with that. But there is so much stuff that could be happening right now with Randy Orton and Seth Rollins. And it seems like WWE is really, really trying hard to put Seth Rollins over as a monster heel, which, honestly, if you think back to a year and a half ago, nobody really seen it coming. Seth Rollins was not the top guy out of the Shield. It was, you know, a lot more people were thinking Dean Ambrose over Seth Rollins. And the entire time, you know, I was thinking Roman Reigns. So just to see what was happening between the group, it definitely did not play out to be the way that we all expected. I do think it's actually a very interesting idea, though, to have Randy Orton be the babyface in this situation because I think, you know, once again, not a lot of people expected Seth Rollins to be the heel. I think Randy Orton plays as a very good heel, but when Randy Orton comes out as a babyface, like, that's when everything seems pretty legit because Randy Orton, you know, he was a cool heel, you know what I mean? But I felt like his character kind of got, you know, a little bit boring because with the Authority, I felt like things were happening so much. So it was like Randy Orton against Daniel Bryan, Randy Orton against Daniel Bryan. You know, now it's like Randy Orton and Daniel Bryan at least a couple times, you know, whether it's on Raw or SmackDown, we're going to see them tag team together. So when you see these babyface heel turns for these characters, I think it definitely makes a difference, you know, going forward to elevate a story. But we'll see what happens because obviously with Seth Rollins, you know, time will tell. Do I personally think Seth Rollins will turn babyface at any point in 2015? If he does, it's going to be at WrestleMania 32. Like, if Seth Rollins turns babyface at all in the next year, 2015, 2016, it'll definitely be at WrestleMania 32. I think anything before that would just ruin everything that they worked hard for with Seth Rollins. And With Seth Rollins, you could put him up against anybody. You could put him up against John Cena. You could put him up against Roman Reigns. You can put him up against, Brock Lesnar at this point. We've seen that. I just feel like there's so many different opportunities. And with Randy Orton's future being basically directed on Seth Rollins, I mean, we all know Seth Rollins is going to cement his legacy, in the WWE some way, somehow. And I think Randy Orton is going to be that guy to do that. But the best part is, Randy Orton is still a fan favorite, so he's not going to lose out on the feud entirely. We're going to see him get back at Seth Rollins. And, I feel like it's kind of crazy, but all this stuff that's been happening with Jon Stewart from The Daily Show or whatever and Seth Rollins, I feel like it actually might play an integral part in having Randy Orton feud with Seth Rollins. Now, how would WWE implement that? I'm not sure, but a lot of people are talking about it. A lot of news reports saying that Seth Rollins and Jon Stewart will actually be flying to New York at some point to record a couple skits or promos or whatever it may be. So I think that would be pretty unique. I think that would be pretty different. He's obviously a pretty big WWE fan. He has attended WWE events before where they have put spotlight on him. So I mean, I could definitely see Randy Orton being a very big fan favorite, as well as Jon Stewart definitely getting Randy Orton a better crowd response as well, because nobody wants to see Seth Rollins. I mean, like, in terms of kayfabe, nobody wants to see, Jon Stewart get curb stomped by Seth Rollins. But who knows? Maybe WWE can do that, and Randy Orton comes out as a babyface and saves him, With wrestling, anything is possible, storytelling. And the idea right now behind all of these reports is that WWE will definitely, bring in Jon Stewart for some sort of storyline, which, I'm not too much in favor of celebrities coming into the WWE getting involved with stories, but I feel like if you're going to do something like this, Jon Stewart's a very, very famous, host on TV, and then you have Seth Rollins, who is your bigger heel, and then obviously you have Randy Orton in the mix, who is going to be that babyface that everybody's going to love, because, can you imagine TMZ or, whatever news stations are out there, you know what I mean? Like, they're all going to report on it if Seth Rollins were to attempt a curb stomp on Jon Stewart. So you got to imagine a lot more prestige coming to that Money in the Bank briefcase. It means a lot more now that Randy Orton is in the mix with it, especially when you have Jon Stewart involved as well. So I thought it was really funny how they had TMZ kind of get involved, and Seth Rollins was on TMZ Sports and Jon Stewart, dropped a little promo. Like, I thought it was pretty comical, but at the end of the day, like, I think there's a lot more to it than just a little bit of Twitter beef, right? I think WWE is very, very smart in the way they're going to execute Seth Rollins' path to WrestleMania 31. I think having him versus Randy Orton makes the most sense, but I do think there has to be a stipulation involved as well. Some people are saying lumberjack match. Now, I don't know on those reports how accurate that is. I'm actually totally against a lumberjack match, in all honesty. I would definitely go with, no holds barred or some sort of street fight or something like that. I think that would be pretty cool. But there's just so much that can get involved with it, and I think that's the best part about it all. So I want to know what you guys think, right? So we have Seth Rollins, who has been the big heel that's left the Shield, and then we have Randy Orton, who just left the Authority. And it's amazing because, I think Seth Rollins and Randy Orton could have a very, very nice feud. I think they could have some pretty nice matches together. But do you guys think it ends at WrestleMania? Because for me, I personally think it should. I think it shouldn't end at WrestleMania. I think it should go to Extreme Rules, with Seth Rollins obviously coming out of it. But whatever the case may be, maybe Seth Rollins has to put that Money in the Bank briefcase on the line at some point. Whatever the situation may be, guys, I think there's so much potential with it. And I love the fact that, right now, according to all these reports and news outlets, Randy Orton versus Seth Rollins at WrestleMania is pretty much in the books. I know we saw that set up at Fastlane, but Randy Orton returned last night at Fastlane, and I think the way that it happened, it just worked out very, very well. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Like I've told you guys numerous times throughout the video, the comment section is your guys' platform to share your guys' opinions, so I definitely appreciate it. I try to respond to as many comments here on Tony Pizza Guy's channel because me personally, I love to see the feedback. I love to see the comments and opinions of other people online. That's the one good thing about YouTube videos, is it's an open platform to share your opinion. On my channel, I share my opinion. I break down the news. I do these post shows, and on Tony's channel, you get a little bit more of everything. So The fact that you get that, definitely use the comment section to its advantage, because you guys got to tell me what you guys think about these reports that are coming out. And also, I'm going to leave this video with one final question, and I just want to know, how do you guys feel about Randy Orton versus Seth Rollins? Do you guys feel like this is the right setup for WrestleMania 31? If not, let us know why in the comment section down below. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate it. Make sure you guys go ahead and leave a thumbs up and check out my channel, youtube.com/AngoYT. Thanks. Peace.